Hello guys, welcome to Asian Petrolhead. Today I'd like to start something new and I'd like to start with Hyundai Elantra. So here's everything you need to know about Hyundai Elantra. Honda has Civic, Toyota has Corolla, and Nissan has Sentra. Then what does Hyundai have? Well, Hyundai has Hyundai Elantra, the best-selling front-wheel drive sedan from Hyundai. Hyundai Elantra is front-engine, front-wheel drive compact sedan from Hyundai, and it was called by many names like Hyundai Elantra, Lantra, and even Hyundai Avante here in Korea. It has been with us since 1990, so more than 30 years. Oh my gosh, we're getting old. Before Elantra, Hyundai already had the flagship sedan called Hyundai Grandeur on the top and Sonata right below that, but Hyundai still wanted something more affordable, more compact, and lighter. So on October 1990, the first generation, codenamed J1, the first generation Hyundai Elantra was born. Some say Hyundai Elantra replaced Hyundai Stellar, but I do disagree because I think Stellar is Hyundai Sonata level. Now Hyundai is a global manufacturer, but back then they just did not have the engineering know-how or resources, so they had to borrow Mitsubishi Mirage's chassis and powertrain to make the first generation Hyundai Elantra. The first generation Elantra was powered by Mitsubishi designed 1.6 liter dual overhead cam 16 valve gasoline engine producing about 113 horsepower and capable of pushing Elantra to 60 miles per hour in just 9.5 seconds, quarter mile 17.1 seconds, and top speed was about 116 miles per hour, and it returned about 22 miles per gallon in the CT US rating, so pretty nice for being first generation. And for the facelift that was introduced back in year 1993, another Mitsubishi 1.8 liter inline 4 became an option, which produced about 124 horsepower, which is pretty nice considering the fact that even the 7th generation powered 1.6 liter gasoline engine makes about 121 horsepower. So the 1.8 liter must have been very nice back in year 1993. Design-wise, it looked a little bit roundish, but Hyundai marketed the first generation as being sporty and performance-oriented to differentiate itself against its rivals, but more importantly, to differentiate itself against its big brothers such as Hyundai Sonata and Hyundai Grandeur. So Hyundai made this very overly done commercials. I still remember watching them when I was about 10 years old, second grade in elementary school here in Korea. It looks like the Porsche guy is giving a thumbs up to the Elantra driver, but there's a joke here in Korea saying that the Porsche guy was only saying he was driving only in the first gear. Good memories, but oh god, I cannot just watch it anymore. So was the first generation a success? Yes, big time for Hyundai. For the first time in year 1994, Hyundai achieves a million seller with a single model. So yes, it was a beginning of a new and successful segment for Hyundai. The second generation was launched in year 1995, codenamed RD or J2. It's a very special one because Hyundai started using its own engines, and the Alpha 2 16 valve dual overhead can produce about 100 horsepower, and the same year the 1.8 liter Beta dual overhead cam engine making about 127 horsepower was assembled and offered in European market, and later it was offered to the North America. Starting with the second generation, Elantra was sold as Hyundai Avante in Korea because Hyundai was actually facing some naming issues both domestically and internationally. First, Kia claimed that Elantra is too close to Kia Elan. Yes, back then Kia wasn't part of Hyundai Motor Group. And Audi complained Avante sounds too close to Avant. You know, Audi used Avant term to classify their wagon model. So how did it get resolved? Well, in 1998, Hyundai actually acquired Kia Motors, so Hyundai Elantra was good to go anywhere. So Hyundai called it Hyundai Elantra or Lantra globally, but called it Hyundai Avante in some markets due to Audi's claim, including South Korea. And the third generation codenamed XD was launched back in year 2000. I had this car when I was serving in the Korean Army. Very nice car. And the third generation was actually based on the new XD platform, which enlarged both interior and exterior of the car. In China, Elantra XD was actually assembled by Beijing Hyundai between December of 2002 to 2011. It was mainly used for taxis in Beijing, and Hyundai sold between 100,000 to 400,000 units yearly in China, so big numbers. Next, the fourth generation, codenamed HD, debuted at the 2006 New York Auto Show. It used the resurrected appearance of Coke bottle styling from 1960s to 70s. I thought it looked cute, but many consumers from Korea did not like the new look. But this isn't the definitely ugliest Hyundai Elantra. Stay tuned because the Venom is coming. The fourth generation features multi-link at the rear, which is really ahead of the time because even the current 7th generation features torsion beam at the rear, except for higher trim models such as N-Line and hybrid models. The 5th generation debuted at the 2010 Busan Motor Show, April of 2010, codenamed MD in Korea, but UD in the US. It featured new 1.8-liter gasoline engine for the US and Canadian market, producing about 148 horsepower and 131 pound-feet of torque. New 1.8-liter engine block is now made of aluminum instead of cast iron. The 5th generation borrowed the fluidic sculpture styling from 2011 Hyundai Sonata. So yes, I think it looks much better than the previous 4 generations. I guess many people like the new 5th generation because it was crowned North American Car of the Year at the 2012 Detroit Auto Show, South African Car of the Year 2012, and Philippines Car of the Year. In year 2013, the 5th generation received significant update, and all-new Hyundai Elantra Sport was now available with 2-liter GDI engine, and exterior-wise, new tinted tail lights and new L-shaped fog light housing was added. Okay, next, the 6th generation Hyundai Elantra was launched in South Korea in September of 2015. Dropping the fluidic sculpture design, it looked more conservative, but if you ask me, I think yes, the 6th generation is the most handsome looking all-time Hyundai Elantra. So guys, do let me know which generation is your favorite. Let me know in the comment section, please. And for the North American market, the new Eco trim was added, powered by 1.4-liter dual overhead cam turbocharged gasoline engine, producing about 128 horsepower, and engine made it to 7-speed dual clutch transmission. That's not fair, Hyundai, because we never got 1.4-liter turbo here in Korea. What's going on, Hyundai? Mid of 2017, Hyundai released Elantra Sports model for the North American market that slots between Eco and Limited models, powered by 1.6-liter turbocharged gasoline engine, producing about 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. Engine made it to 7-speed dual clutch transmission or 6-speed manual. Oh boy, and here comes the ugliest Hyundai Elantra ever, in my opinion. Hyundai extensively refreshed the Elantra for 2019 year model, but maybe they tried too hard because it looks like it had 2 triangles stuck up front. Yes, the new design was criticized here in Korea and everywhere, and it had a negative impact on the sales. Okay, finally, the 7th generation CN7 Hyundai Elantra. Finally. The 7th generation Hyundai Elantra was unveiled on March of 2020 in West Hollywood. It features new parametric dynamics design, which means going back to longer and wider fastback sports sedan style. What does it mean? And in year 2021, the Hyundai Elantra N was finally announced, the third N model from Hyundai, following the Veloster N and Kona N, powered by 2-liter turbocharged gasoline engine. And if you have not seen Hyundai Elantra N review, please refer to the link above. Okay. So this has been our first everything you need to know about Hyundai Elantra. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and guys, do let me know how do you like this new format video in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll be back with much more. So if you love cars and car reviews, please do support us by subscribing to our channel, and also hit that bell notification so you don't miss out in the future. Thank you guys, see you soon, stay healthy, and bye bye. Now Hyundai is a global manufacturer. The 5th generation borrowed the fluidic